question if it unquestionably works? Why the fuck is it working so badly?
The homeless rate in the U.S. is 0.2%. That means that in a nation of 340 million people, it has worked successfully for 99.8% of them.
It never fails that when the topic of homelessness comes up, that here's how it starts. It's the people that are homeless fault, belittling homelessness and looking down on the people that are homeless, believing that you're better. Those things are not true. The second thing is it's your arrogance. And now when you have that arrogance, you're talking about your character and your value system. Because the claim made that they just need to take personal responsibility, that's blaming people that are homeless. That's obvious that that's just some stupid talking point from the Republican leadership because they don't want to have to help with money or help with resources. So then when you hear comments like this, well, why don't they just go get a cheap motel? Why don't they go with family members? Why don't they go live in a tent? That's disgusting because it goes to show that you know nothing about homelessness. There are people that live behind an AMC theater. I have seen it myself in Houston. When it was hot in the shade, when it was cold, trying to make sure not away from how hard the wind was blowing, it was cold. So trying to keep warm. People in parking lots living in their cars. And yes, people living in tents. That's never what they want. But let me help you with another point of how they got there. Domestic violence is one of the ways where women and children or teenagers have had to flee being harmed. Or we have a lot of veterans that are homeless. We have a lot of individuals that are women that have had to live in their car that are veterans. That's homelessness. There are so many situations where people have used their savings and sold stuff and tried to pay for their family with the rent and paying car note, paying car insurance and electricity and food and etc. And it runs out. And having multiple part-time jobs doesn't guarantee. So they end up homeless. And the assumption that everyone has someone to go to is ridiculous. And it just goes to show arrogance on your part. I spent a year and a half homeless, living out of my car, and it was not fun. I have been harassed by cops. I know what it's like to live in a parking lot in my car. I know what it's like for it to be so miserable because it was hot outside. The circumstances that got me there were just not being able to make enough money. You don't know what causes people to get there, and it doesn't mean that people who are homeless have done anything wrong. And the idea that, well, that they're less than. Let me give you a statistic that'll help you out. The first one is that the majority of people that are homeless are white because there is the false narrative that it's brown people, that it's black people, that it's people that are not white, and that they're less. The next thing is when you say 340 million and only 0.2%, that 0.2%, since you're being arrogant, is 500 to 600,000 people any given day that don't have a place to live. The best thing that you can do is not talk about homelessness. You've never experienced it, and you're not better than any of us that have experienced it, and you're not better than anyone that's right now in the middle of it. So instead of getting on TikTok for views and for likes and for your talking points, do better in nonprofits by donating money or get into food lines that help people. There is so many different organizations. Now, you might be doing something, but one thing's for certain, and here's why I think it's doubtful. Because you're too busy getting on TikTok, talking bad about people that are homeless and acting like you're intelligent and smart about the statistics and acting like you're intelligent and smart that you've got it figured out, the mental health, the public policy, and you don't know anything and it shows through.